there was a point where all we did was this band, 24 hours a day.
Playing live, is it for you still as intense as it used to be?
Yeah, I love it. I mean, I need it. I mean, even doing just, like he's talking about doing solo shows and stuff too. I mean, if I don't do it for a while, I do get depressed. I've discovered, like, I have to do it every once in a while, or life just doesn't feel the same to me,
What's the longest time that you hadn't played live?
Oh, geez, there was a point in the early 2000s where I wasn't doing a lot. I kind of went on a walkabout, let's say, and just kind of went off my own and crawl about. There you go. And I didn't play much. I didn't do much, and I thought I was kind of just looking for some parts of myself, and I was, but I didn't do very much then. And I realized after that when I started getting back into it that, oh, maybe part of the reason I'm not feeling so good right now, or I'm looking for things, is because I'm not being productive and doing what I love to do and feel I was kind of born to do, I mean, the more you do it, I think the more you want to do it is how it works for me, yeah.
And what does Ken brings into that? Does it that makes the feeling stronger or not? Or what's the chemistry between you?
It's funny, I mean, like Ken was saying earlier, it's not like, the other projects that we do are just, I guess, higher or lower to either of us in the Posies. I mean, I know for me that just going and doing small solo tours, and which I do around the world, I mean, I enjoy those as much as anything, as I'm sure he does for himself as well, and it's hard not to. But it is amazing that we have this together. I mean, it's a long time to be doing something. I mean, I've known him more than most people in my whole life, and the fact that we're still here making music together and that it is actually enjoyable is amazing, and not something to be taken for granted,
And I think the fact that we have developed a pretty rich life of musical projects and things outside of music, personal life things. I think that's much healthier. I mean, there was a point where all we did was this band, 24 hours a day. It's very typical of a young band. It's how it should be in a way, when you're first starting and you've got all that energy and all that focus for one thing. But it would be weird to apply that much energy and focus to one thing for all your life. Then it would become a bit pathological at a certain point. You want to start developing and enriching your life once you've established your foundation. And I think that's exactly what happened. But however, I think the singular focus thing, we kept at it for quite a while and didn't add a lot to it. Although there was, you could say, kind of pressure to let some things in, because you would find yourself with some opportunities and wanting those opportunities, and yet the band demanded so much. And that was pressure that sort of made things really difficult at a certain point, which is why, we went away for a while.
But I guess, having all these other things to do besides the Posies is, a large part of the reason why we can still do the Posies, It just spreads things out, makes things easier, doesn't put unfair pressure on what we do together to be everything, which is impossible,